And there we go. Loretta, will you pray for us? You have to unmute.
Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, I did. Oh, hold on. Let me click OK that I'm being recorded. All right. Let's pray. Oh, dear Heavenly Father, we thank you so much for this day, Lord. We thank you for this time that we're able to get together and we're able to focus on our task at hand, Lord, and that you have provided people with so much knowledge and so much success, Lord, that they're willing to share with us, Lord. I pray that you would be with each of us as we're getting ready to go to convention, and that you would help us to make good decisions, Lord. Help us to just be able to stay focused, Lord. Thank you so much for this time. I pray that you would bless those that are sharing tonight, and bless all of those who are not feeling well, who've lost loved ones. Lord, I pray for comfort and peace for them. Thank you so much for loving us. Thank you for Jesus. In his name I pray. Amen.
Thank you. Okay. All right, y'all. This is our Why Plexus Why Now call, and I am so pumped to have two guests on the call tonight and some other friends from her team, I think. But Wesleigh shared this on her call, but Wesleigh and I met during a very special time in our lives where we were asked to speak for convention, and we were so excited, and then it was virtual. So we walked the virtual stage together, but it was not the same. And it was also the only time in my life I've ever worn fake eyelashes. Uh, it was special. It was very special. But Wesleigh and I both are like, someday we're gonna walk the stage again for real. But anyway, that's how we met, and we just really liked each other. We're both professionals. I was a CPA, and Wesleigh was a pharmacist, and in this industry, with us having health products, it can be really a blessing and a curse to have that kind of background. So, because number one, people really respect you, and number two, they never think they can do what you do. So, we talked a little bit about that on her call. But we've got Wesleigh here who's going to share her story, and then she's going to introduce a sweet girl from her team that's also going to share a story. And then I'll close this out at the end. So, Wesleigh, it is up to you.
Awesome. I actually have notes tonight. I usually don't, but I didn't want to get too off the rails. She told me I have 5 minutes, and sometimes I can tend to go a little too long. So I'm really going to try to stick to that. But so I'm Wesleigh. Like I said, I have 4 boys, boy mom to 4, and a pharmacist by trade. And Plexus found me. So not long after Aubrey started, I started. So I started in 2015 as well. And I gotta tell you that, like, back then, I never, ever imagined where I'd be at today. So I have been, since 2019, June of 2019, so 5 years now, I have been staying home with my kids. And that is so far from where I thought I would be at this point in my life, in the best way possible. So why that is so crazy to me, there's a lot of reasons, but a couple that I just really want to talk to you guys about. So basically, when I got started back in 2015, I was just desperate to have the energy to keep up with my kiddos. I only had 2 at the time. Not only, I mean, 2 kiddos is a lot to keep up with, but now I've got 4. I had no energy for them, and I had awful abdominal pain that made it so I couldn't eat. When I did eat, it would come back up. And it led to really drastic, unhealthy, unwanted, unneeded weight loss. I had lost about 25 pounds and was like skin and bones. Like, I've always been small, so I was like, it was really sickly looking. And so I really truly only started to get more energy for my kids and to keep up with my profession. I was commuting over an hour one way to work, working long hours, and then coming home and working more, documenting and all the things. And so energy to do all of that. And then also I wanted my abdominal pain gone. That really was it. And I truly never thought I would share. I never thought that I would tell a single soul that I was doing this, because my ego would get in the way. So as Aubrey said, sometimes the fact that I'm a pharmacist like actually was a detriment, because I knew how skeptical I was about supplements. And so I assumed that, everybody else in my sphere of influence was as well. So I was really reluctant to share, really just an ego thing, but I was really reluctant to share. But when I started feeling better, I felt really convicted. I thought, if this is helping me, I know it could help other people. And so I started to share, and really just thought maybe I'll help a few people and that'd be cool, right? Didn't really expect it to be anything more than that. But I helped a few people, and then I helped a few more. And then, some of those people started to also share, and they started to help some people. And it just was really this cool ripple effect that I did not expect at all. And I started to dream. I started to think, what if my life could look different? What if I didn't have to spend so much time at work and commuting and at work when I'm at home, like my brain being at work when I was at home. What if I could have my time back? We didn't necessarily need the money, but the time flexibility really, really intrigued me. And so I started to dream. And I told you guys at the beginning that I never, ever, ever thought I'd be a stay-at-home mom. And the truth is, when I started Plexus, I had zero desire to be. I thought that people that stayed home with their kids were crazy, because I didn't understand how anybody could ever keep up with their kids all day. Like, I was like, there's zero way I could like handle my kids and keep up with my kids all day, every day. Like, I had zero energy, and there was no way that was going to be possible. Like, I didn't know how people did it, and I didn't think I was cut out for it. But when I started to feel better, God really changed my heart, and I really started to feel this desire to be home with my kids more, to have more time with them. I started to see like all of the things that I had missed out on with my kids. And I'm not saying there's anything wrong with having a career outside of the home, not even close. But for me personally, my heart just ached to be home with them. It just when my now almost 7-year-old, when he was born, I was ready to be home with my kids. And every day when I had to drop him off at daycare, when I went back to work after having him, I cried. When he said mama for the first time, and I missed it. When he took his first steps at daycare, and I missed it. Like, all of those things just tugged at my heart. And even though I never, ever, ever thought I'd want to be home with my kids, it changed, and I wanted to. And the other reason that I never thought that I could be a stay-at-home mom was because I thought, I'm the primary breadwinner. I'm married to a teacher, and I just didn't think it'd be possible, right, for me to be able to continue to provide for my family and stay home. And I just think it's really cool how God works. When he answered my prayer for my health, he also answered this prayer that I didn't know that I would have, to be home with my kids. So I shared people and just kept sharing and kept sharing and kept sharing. People that I helped get started to share. You guys know how it works. 1 second. Excuse me. I got a tickle in my throat. People that I helped get started to share. And, it started with us being able to make extra payments on my student loans. You guys, I went to school a lot of years to get my doctorate, and then I did a residency to be a pharmacist. And I had almost $100,000 in student loans. And to be able to pay extra towards those and get those paid off like 10 years earlier than I would have, I cannot explain to you what a relief that was, what a weight off my shoulders that was. So it started out with that, like paying extra on my student loans. Everything that I made with Plexus went to that. And then those were paid off. And then, you know, we were able to cover our mortgage and my car payment and pay off my car early. And it just gave us so much financial margin as I was still working full time. And then it was actually in 2018 when I went Sapphire that, so goodness gracious, you guys, I'm getting all worked up and my throat is like, when I went Sapphire that I was able to surpass, well, actually, no, because when I went Emerald that I was able to match my pharmacist salary. And then when I went Sapphire, I was able to surpass it. And so I was ready to stay home sooner than my husband was ready to allow me to stay home or to feel comfortable with me staying home. He wanted the security of my other job. So I stayed with pharmacy longer than I would have liked. But like I said, in 2019, I was finally able to quit my pharmacy job and transition to working full time at home from home, doing Plexus and being home with my kids. And let's see, I'm trying to think what else. I just can't even begin to tell you guys how much it means to me to be able to be home with my kids, and also continue to contribute to the family, to not put like an extra pressure on my husband. He definitely would have carried that burden or, you know, tried to get a second job or really a third job because he coaches as well, to try to make up for what, you know, we weren't making if I tried to stay home. So to just not put extra burden on him and still be able to stay home, I can't even, I don't even have words to explain to you guys what that has meant for me. And the timing of it, because God's timing is so perfect, right? Like I was ready to be home in 2017 and I wasn't able to fully quit until 2019. But the timing of that was perfect because that was in June of 2019 and then 2020 hit and my kids were home all the time, very often, right? With COVID and all of that. And me being able to just be there and you know, help them with their virtual schooling and all of that. God's timing was just so perfect in it. And as always. And I just, Plexus has been such an incredible blessing for our family. And I just, yeah, I want the same for each one of you guys. I don't know what your goals are. Even if it's not staying home with your kids, because as I said, I don't think there's anything wrong with having a career outside the home. That just wasn't my heart's desire. But whatever your goals are, whatever your dreams are with this business, I'm here to tell you that they are possible, that they are worth it, even if it takes a lot longer than you think it should. And I don't know, I hope that each one of you guys, whether you're in a valley in your business or you know, the mountaintop of your business, wherever you're at right now, it is my hope and prayer that you, if you feel that this is what God is going to use to bless you, to help you to reach whatever those goals are, it is my hope that you guys, you know, stick with it, that you know that the only way to fail is to quit and that you just keep going. There have been a lot of valleys in my business and I am so thankful that I never quit, because I now am living the life that I prayed for and dreamt for so many years. Yeah, and that's all I got for you guys. I am going to, if you guys have questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. I haven't been looking, so I'll look later, but I'm going to introduce my beautiful friend Kayla now. Kayla actually had used Plexus in the past and loved it, but finances sometimes got in the way of that, of her being consistent with it. And she knew that I did Plexus, and actually, I mean, her and I both think it was a God thing. Like she thought of me when she was ready to start again, and she signed up, and I didn't even know she was going to. Like I got an email that she signed up, and I was like, I messaged her. I was like, I just got an email that Kayla Nelson joined me. Is this you? And she's like, yep. So she has loved the products for a really long time, but this time came back committed to continuing to use them consistently, and her results have been amazing. She's done senior silver, fast start senior silver, and I'm just so happy that she's here, and she's here to tell you her story.
Awesome. Thank you so much. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what my experience has been so far getting started. Thank you all for having me here tonight and listening. So I've always looked for ways to be healthier, but never actually took it seriously or took it as seriously as I needed to. And just recently, after having our second baby, I just felt an overwhelming need more than ever to get healthier. I wanted to be around them longer. So I want to take care of myself so I can live longer and be in their lives longer. I needed more energy to keep up with them. I have a 2.5-year-old, well, she's almost 3, and then a 6-month-old now. So the energy was a definite need there. And then I also, like I said, I wanted to lose some weight. I have always held on to extra weight and been overweight most of my life. So that's always just been one of my goals as well. So I was looking for a tool to support me in that. And I knew it had to be something long-term, something that was good for me, something that was good for my health. And like Wesleigh had said, I'd used Plexus off and on for years, all the way back to the very beginning, their original flavor of the pink drink. So I was there then, off and on throughout the years. I just couldn't financially commit to it like I wanted to, or I couldn't balance life to fit that in like I needed to. So I was tired. I was ready for a change. I told myself, you know what? I'm going to jump all in and I'm going to find a way to pay for it. I'm just going to do it and take care of myself, and we'll figure that out later. So I had a leftover bottle of Metaburn in my cabinet from before my pregnancy. So when I decided I was ready to get started, I pulled that bottle out and I'm like, I'm just going to take this. This is all I have. I haven't ordered any products. We'll just start here. So I started taking Metaburn, took it for a couple days, and I immediately noticed an increase in my energy. And so as a mom in the thick of it with, at that time, my baby was only 3 months old. I was so thankful for that boost because I was struggling. I was tired. I was losing sleep, all the things. So I, as soon as I could, I ordered a triplex, got myself on that, told myself I'm taking this consistently. I'm not going to stop it. I know it's not going to work if I don't take it. So I just kept telling myself those things. And I started to notice the weight was coming off and I was feeling really good and I had a lot more energy. So I thought, I really want to do this long term. So I'll share it. I'd never shared it. And I was nervous because I was really going to put myself out there and hold myself accountable by telling people what I was doing. So I looked at it as, I'm going to make these changes and hold myself. It was like an extra layer of accountability. And people were really supportive of it. They were just, that's awesome. Good for you. I'm really happy for you. So that was nice. And so I had some good feedback through there. Like Wesleigh said, I have surprisingly been able to rank up a little bit, not really planning to do that, but just wanted enough to cover some products. So that's kind of where I'm at with that, but super thankful because I feel like I can manage a long-term commitment to using the products and to improving my health. So I just wanted to share quickly to a couple of products I'm using that I really like. So far, the Reset has been my go-to favorite product. I had never used the Reset. It was fairly new. So I really like this because I feel like it's kind of my missing piece. It really helps me to refocus, kind of get my cravings back in check. I'm trying to do them once a month, and get in the habit of that because I don't know if not everyone's goal is weight loss. So with weight loss, in my experience, you're starting out really strong and you're doing really well. And then you kind of, it's like waves up and down. So the reset really helps me to kind of keep myself in check. And then it also makes me feel really good. It makes me feel refreshed, revitalized. It's like a jump start once a month to kind of just get back on track. And then I have also included 2 pink drinks a day. So I do my microbiome as well as the hunger control. And I've really enjoyed having the opportunity to use both of those. I feel like my energy levels, they're just more leveled out. I'm able to sustain the energy longer and just feeling good. And I know you probably hear it all the time, Plexus products make us feel great, but they really truly do. And as a mom, when I used Plexus products in the past, I hadn't had children yet. So I'm really seeing the positives with incorporating that into my new life as a mom. So I've lost 30 pounds already, I have a lot to lose. So it's kind of just a little jump start for me. But it's also a step in the right direction, and heading, on the long-term journey. I've made the commitment. I plan to continue to take charge of my health and my life with Plexus. It's a tool and it's changing it for me. It's really, making all the difference. And I wake up in the morning and I look forward to taking my products, and I just could go on and on about how good it makes me feel. So I just wanted to share a little bit about what kind of my story was. So that's it.
Fantastic. Thank you so much to both of you. What I love about Wesley's story is that I had a girl, we're working with the ladies, Monique knows this. My ladies in my mentorship course, they're supposed to be working on their why today. Like, why are they doing this? And so we have a worksheet that they can kind of fill out. And I had one of my girls message me and said, "What's your why?" And I said, "Well, when I first got started, it was literally just to make enough money that I didn't have to go back to a full-time job." I said, "But now it's to help other women have the freedom to dream." It's like Wesley, she started to dream and she started to think that it might be possible for her to stay home with her kids. And I never wanted to be a stay-at-home mom, but I want to work. I just don't want to work and go to work on somebody else's schedule. But now that I have that, my why is to keep having that. I don't want that to go away, but my why is to help other people see that that's possible for them. And so I loved hearing Wesley's story because it reminds us that there are people out there praying and not even thinking that it's possible for them, but then it is. And then I love hearing Kayla's story. What I especially love about Kayla's story is that you started, but you didn't stick with it and you came back, and we have those people that they kind of come in and it's just not their time. And a lot of times we make it mean something about ourselves. Like, your sponsor wasn't Wesley the first time, right? But whether or not it was, I've got people that have joined me and they stopped, and it wasn't because I was terrible. I might not have been great, but it's really not about that. It's that there's a time when you're ready to make those changes, and then you're hungry and you want it. So we just have to keep loving people. Like Wesley was a part of your life and you knew that she was there and she was consistent. And so then you went back to her. And I love that because there's lessons in that for all of us. And my house is like Grand Central Station here right now. There's lots of talking, but the nonverbal autistic child is over there talking. And apparently she was eating rubber while we were having the call earlier. So anyway, I don't know what she was eating that was rubber, but now she wants Cheetos. Go get them. Go get them. Anyway, does anybody have any questions for Wesley or Kayla before we go?
I was just going to say, in relation to what you just said, I think this, like our story, mine and Kayla's, it really shows that it is so important to continue to, live out your life on social media. And that doesn't mean you have to share everything, but like, um, for people to know that you're doing this, because not everybody's going to just come to you like Kayla did me, but
Yeah.
some people will.
Mhm.
And if they don't know that you're doing this, then they don't see it all the time. They might choose somebody else who they do see it being consistent. So
Absolutely.
anyway,
That's a great reminder. Oh, she brought me the Cheetos. Yeah, for sure. And one of the things that I've been learning and trying to teach my team while we're singing Wish You Well, you can go find a bowl. Go find a bowl. Bowl is coming. Bowl is coming. Okay, just 1 minute. Anyway, one of the things that I've been trying to teach, I've been learning and trying to teach my team is that social media is literally just a friend that you're having a relationship with. And you have to show up for that relationship. And you just live your life out loud. I love that because some of us get so stressed out about social media. But what I try to do is just share and be myself and whatever's going on, because whatever I am is what's going to connect with my people. And it doesn't have to be curated and perfect and all that. It just has to be me. And those people are going to connect with me and they're going to connect with my consistency. And that's what Kayla did. She connected with your consistency and she felt like, she could trust you and she knew you were there for her and going to stick with her. So I love that. Anything else from anybody before I decide to go get a bowl for this Cheeto girl? Don't feed your children Cheetos. It has MSG and all kinds of other crap. They came home from the church. Thank you guys for coming. It helps me to remember to be consistent. Yes, I think it is important to be consistent because like Wesleigh said, people are watching. And some people are watching for years and they expect that you're going to quit. And when you don't, they're like, oh, she's not quitting. Maybe this is legit. You never know.
the other thing that just made me think of, sorry, is I don't know. So the girl that's on my team, that's Sapphire, my level 1, she joined me because she saw me going to Super Saturday. This was when they were, local-ish ones. Local. It was like I think a 6 hour, no, 4 hour drive or something for us. But she saw me going to Super Saturday and she had been following other people, maybe even longer, that were doing Plexus, but she wanted the business and she wanted somebody that was serious about the business. So get to events if you can. If you can't, create your own events. Be following along. If you're not going to convention, be following along and posting about your friends that are at convention. Like, people that are wanting the business are going to want to know that you're serious about the business too.
I love that. And I have a real life example. Our Sapphire on my team joined her sponsor out of all the other people she could have joined because her sponsor went to convention and she saw that she was legit about it and she was serious about it and she wanted somebody that would teach her. So like, this is really good advice. Make a list of people that you want on your team and engage with them on Facebook this week. And then when you post next week, they're going to see your posts. Maybe they'll want to join you. I don't know. And you can be like, Aubrey told me so. Anyway, but yeah, I think that's amazing. I am going to end this because we went over and I'm bad about going over. But anyway, but thank you so much, Wesleigh and Kayla. We really appreciate y'all. I'm going to stop the recording and